Welcome to the TMHP EDI Transaction Process Updates webinar. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kendra Davila, and I've been with TMHP for 13 years. I am currently a provider relations representative for the Panhandle area of Texas. Today, I'm excited to review the EDI Transaction Process Updates. The topics we'll cover in today's webinar include important dates to know, a process overview to learn about upcoming changes, information on updates to EDI connectivity, including how to access SFTP and where to get help, information on the updated EDI connectivity guide, and EDI connectivity URL updates. We'll walk through the steps to set up an SFTP client and complete your testing. And we'll also have a live demo showing how to set up an SFTP client, upload and download files. First, let's go over some important dates to remember for this implementation. Trading partner testing is scheduled to begin on May 1st, 2026, and continues until July 31st, 2026. Go live for the EDI transaction process changes is August 1st, 2026. On that date, VPN connectivity for batch submitters will be disabled, and everyone will use the new Internet SFTP method to connect to TMHP EDI. Please make sure you remain mindful of these dates as we approach the date of implementation. Next, let's take a look at the high-level process overview for this transition. TMHP has modernized EDI connectivity to improve security, reliability, and standards-based compliance for high-volume healthcare transactions such as claims, eligibility, and remittances. This change goes into effect on August 1st, 2026. All batch submitters will transition from VPN to Internet using Secure File Transfer Protocol, or SFTP. It's important to note that batch submitters who use a tunnel connection method will need to update their systems to route their traffic over the Internet, or SFTP. Access to TMHP EDI SFTP will be available via file transfer software, also called an SFTP client. There are various SFTP clients on the market. TMHP does not require you to use any specific SFTP client, nor do we recommend any particular SFTP client. Please note that real-time submitters are not impacted by this change and will continue using their existing process to submit files. And now we'll go over the applicable updates for EDI connectivity and the TMHP EDI connectivity guide. How to access TMHP EDI SFTP and where to get help during this transition. TMHP EDI SFTP can be accessed using Secure File Transfer Software, also known as an SFTP client. There are many SFTP clients on the market, including FileZilla, WinSCP, WSFTP Pro, Core FTP, and Qt FTP, among others. You will need to coordinate with your organization's technology support team to determine the SFTP client that is right for you. Again, TMHP does not require you to use any specific SFTP client, nor do we recommend any particular SFTP client. The EDI connectivity guide has been updated to reflect these changes. For testing questions, please email the EDI connectivity support mailbox at ediconnectivitysupport@tmhp.com. You can also reach out to the TMHP Contact Center at 800-925-9126 for general questions about your submitter ID account. However, we ask that you contact the EDI Connectivity Support mailbox for any questions specific to trading partner testing. Submitters will need to pay special attention to the TMHP EDI SFTP URL changes. The new SFTP EDI connectivity introduces Internet accessible SFTP endpoints that enable direct login without the need for a VPN. The new URL address for production EDI SFTP access is edi.sftp.tmhp.com. The new URL address for test or user acceptance testing EDI SFTP access is EDI SFTP-UAT.tmhp.com. Your testing will take place in the test site, EDI SFTP-UAT.tmhp.com. You will only begin sending production files to EDI SFTP.tmhp.com after your testing has been completed. Let's review the steps needed to complete testing in the TMHP test environment and successfully migrate to SFTP. The first step is to download and review the updated EDI connectivity guide. Make any necessary system modifications needed to connect via SFTP in the test environment. Note that if you submit on behalf of multiple entities, all unique submitter IDs will need to be tested following these steps. The next step is to connect to the TMHP test environment and upload a test file by completing the following steps. Connect to the EDI SFTP-UAT.tmhp.com server without using VPN. Upload a test batch into the Dropbox folder. Wait to receive the response files. Response files are typically available within 24 hours. If you haven't received all response files in 24 hours, please send an email to the EDI Connectivity Support mailbox at ediconnectivitysupport@tmhp.com. Once all response files have been downloaded and the process has been completed with no issues, proceed to the next step. After successful completion of end-to-end testing in the test environment, you will proceed to the production environment. The process is similar. However, in this case, you will submit an actual production file, which will be processed by the system. As before, you will need to make any necessary system modifications needed to connect via SFTP in the production environment. Connect to the EDI SFTP.tmhp.com server without using VPN. Log in using your existing submitter ID and password. Upload an active production file into the Dropbox folder. To reiterate, this file will be processed by the system, so please ensure you are using a valid production file. Wait for response files. Again, response files are typically available within 24 hours. If you haven't received all responses within 24 business hours, contact the EDI Connectivity Support mailbox at ediconnectivitysupport@tmhp.com. Once all response files have been downloaded and the process has been completed with no issues, send an email to the EDI Connectivity Support mailbox at ediconnectivitysupport@tmhp.com. If connectivity is successful and the submitter ID can submit and retrieve responses, send the following email to the EDI Connectivity Support mailbox at ediconnectivitysupport@tmhp.com. Use the template provided, which was also emailed to all submitters. The subject line of the email should be SFTP testing completed successfully and include your organization name. The email should also include attestation that a successful batch has been submitted and response files received in both the test and production environments, as well as a statement that you are ready to be permanently moved to the SFTP platform. You will also include the following statement. I understand that with this move, I will no longer have access to the VPN system and must use only the SFTP platform going forward. Provide the contact name, phone number, and email address for your organization for EDI transactions. Include the following testing details. The date the testing was completed, batch IDs of files submitted to EDI SFTP-UAT.tmhp.com, the date the batch was submitted in production, batch IDs of files submitted to EDI SFTP.tmhp.com, the submitter ID that was used to submit both the test and production batches, and finally, list all submitter IDs you are attesting successful connectivity for. Once this information is received by TMHP, testing and production verification will be completed by the TMHP project team. After verification has been successfully completed by the TMHP project team, you will also receive an email notification that your access from VPN has been removed. It's important to note that all batch access to VPN will be removed as of August 1st, 2026, so please ensure that you begin this process as soon as possible. Now, let's go over further details for SFTP client access. Secure File Transfer Protocol software, known as SFTP clients, give users access to the TMHP EDI SFTP server without needing a VPN or specialized network setup. Depending on which SFTP client you use and how you set up the user interface, the interface will display your local folders on one side and the TMHP EDI SFTP folders on the other, making it easy to drag and drop files into the Dropbox folder to upload them for submission, or to retrieve or download response files from the download/batch folder. In our example here, we've used the SFTP client WinSCP. In this software, you would select New tab to open the login window. A window will pop up with fields for you to enter a new site. You will enter EDI SFTP-UAT.tmhp.com for testing in the host field name. You will enter your submitter ID in the username field and your password in the password field. Check that the file protocol is set to SFTP and that the port number is set to 22. Once your testing is completed, you will create a new site and enter edi.tmhp.com in the hostname field. In this software, you will click on the Login button. In other SFTP client software, you may need to click Save or Create Site. If you can, name your newly created site. We recommend something like TMHP EDI SFTP Test for the test site and TMHP EDI SFTP for the production site to clearly identify the difference between test and production. The same submitter ID and password should work in both the test site and the production site. Just a reminder, your chosen software user interface may look different than what is shown here, but the same concept will apply. You will create a new site, input the URL into the hostname field, input your submitter ID as your username, input your password in the password field, verify that you are using the SFTP protocol, and verify that the port number shown is 22. Next, we're going to share a video demo of what we just reviewed. It is important to note that although the steps will be similar, the user interface of the SFTP client you choose may look different than the user interface we are sharing here today.
Open WinSCP and click New tab. Check that the file protocol is set to SFTP and that the port number is set to 22. You will enter EDI SFTP-UAT.tmhp.com. Testing in the hostname field. You will enter your existing submitter ID in the username field. Enter password in the password field. You will see an authentication banner. Click Continue. After a successful login, you will see the displayed folders in this screenshot. To drop files, you will double-click into the Dropbox folder as displayed. Once you arrive at the Dropbox directory, use the Upload button to upload a file from the left-hand window. You can also drag and drop files. To retrieve or view the response files, you can navigate to the /download/batch/ directory. To download the file, click to select the response file on the right-hand side, then press the Download button.
As we end the presentation today, we want to make sure that all attendees are aware of the following helpful resources. Important links to know for EDI. You have your TMHP EDI website where you can find the updated version of the EDI Connectivity Guide. You can locate that at www.tmhp.com/topics/EDI. We also have new EDI URL host names. We've got the production, which you can find at EDI sftp.tmhp.com, and the test UAT site at EDI sftp-tmhp.com. You can contact us by reaching out to TMHP directly for assistance by calling our contact center at 1-800-925-9126 or emailing the EDI Connectivity Support mailbox at ediconnectivitysupport@tmhp.com. Thank you all for your time and have a good afternoon.